Just here, in a past life, you dated Abraham Lincoln.
No. In this life, I found him. He reincarnated, and I found him.
Oh, okay. So in your current life, you dated the reincarnation of Abraham Lincoln.
And for some reason, I'm like the psychic that usually I'm like telling. I don't even try to tell them. It's just like so many synchronicities, and then so much. I'm like, I have to tell them, right? And my soul keeps telling me, tell them. So I tell them who they were in their past life because I guess they were meant to know at that time. Finally.
Yeah. And do they like?
A lot of times they freak out at first, or they like kind of see.
So you're like Akashic records, like that you tapped into?
Yeah. Okay. But also physically too, because a lot of it, it's like you can easily see. So everything what I do is I do physically and spiritually equally. So everything.
Projection.
Yeah.
Things.
So I'll have to see it and
here. I just have to have Felicity read this entire.
See it, feel it, and know it.
All right.
No, wait. I that's my old thing.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, I don't want to read it.
That's okay.
There's a reason.
Go, Felicity.
No,
Sorry,
please
Bailey.
don't. No, I'm sorry.
Do it quick. Read quick.
So many crazy and unique dating relationship stories.
No, it's the same one. It's the same one.
Relationships and stories. Haha. Okay, so one way I know I'm supposed to date someone or be friends with benefits relationship with them before I do is seeing things that involve their physical appearance, but also what's spiritually happening that.
Here, I'm going to skip to the interesting
Okay, how
part.
can I just say we already went through everything now?
Then lastly, he is a Leo and I'm a Leo rising, so we also had that in common, stuff like blah, 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 blah. You ran into a guy who looks very similar. Okay, blah, blah, blah,
we already
blah,
did all
blah.
that, see?
LeBron and Curry, we did that. I said you look like LeBron. Okay, the day we met was on a holiday. We blah, blah.
Oh, that was
Where's Augustus?
Okay, that's
He had no tattoos.
We could talk about that on this
Also,
one,
I
but we
can
talked
speak
about it
to
last
this
one.
one.
That's why I took it out.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
So starting, I knew his soul meant. Wait.
We talked about this
Also,
last
I can speak
podcast.
to
That's
the
why I took it out
souls.
for this one.
Here, I guess start it here.
Okay.
Also, I can speak to the souls of the living and the dead, and one of the ways I can do this of a soul who is alive is while they're asleep near me and I am touching them and focusing. I can hear communication from within, or I tell the soul to have the person twitch or even sometimes sleep talk. But this case, it was me just hearing inside, and his soul said, find out who I am for me. I knew his soul meant who he was in his past life. So since then, I really started to focus, and I figured out that he was in this new life on Earth. Now my other ex, I'm sorry. It's like a lot of like.
I know.
No,
so I wrote this at like 4 a.m.
Let her finish. There's no punctuation.
I know. There's no.
The only one I really completely found out who he was easily. It didn't take super long to find out he was Emperor Augustus either, because in this life he changed his first name, as did Emperor Augustus, to King Augustus. Then when we went to the Getty Villa towards the end near the gift shop, there was a beautiful stone bust of Emperor Augustus.
And he pointed it out.
And that was
Here, wait, I could just say what happened.
It's okay.
And that was the only one. That was the only one he actually pointed at and said, look at this one. His soul got him to do that for me, to see LOL. Then one time we watched a movie about a wife poisoning her husband, which is how Emperor Augustus died in his past life. And my ex at the end of the movie goes, you won't ever try to kill me by poisoning me, will you? So that was when that was the last clue while we were still dating.
That's a bit specific.
That really okay. So basically, there was like many things that got me to see was him. His soul told me, like one of the first times we ever like laid together, find out who I was.
Did you read this part?
For me? So yeah, there was like finding the bust. He changed his last name is Augustus in this life, and he changed his name from, like, he wants people to call him King Augustus instead of his real name, just like Emperor Augustus did. And yeah, at the museum, the only thing he pointed out was of Augustus, and then it was the whole movie with the poisoning, and then that similar, and then so many synchronicities after, actually even more after we broke up than when we were together, which is crazy. His soul still, yeah, very much lets me know that he's watching me. But anyways, yeah. It was a lot.
Who was his twin flame?
Oh, yeah, and then his twin flame is Dua Lipa. So he's not famous physically, but he is spiritually. So that's what's happening, too.
Spiritually famous, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was very famous in his past life. Yeah, so. And I noticed with twin flames, like real ones, yeah, it's usually one of them is more physically famous and then one's more spiritually. But then eventually it might balance out with both, where they both are, both spiritually and physically more.
And then you also dated a guy who was Abraham Lincoln.
In his past
in a
life.
Past life.
Yes.
God, you dated my
I know.
great.
He had
whatever.
where he was shot, he had a
Your
mole. Yeah.
I don't know if he was my
You're
grandfather.
related to
or-
Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Actually, I can kind of see it, to be honest.
Thanks.
You have to decide if that's
I
a
don't think I'm-
compliment or not.
I'm
think
not
you look like
necessarily
a
proud
lot
of
of
it.
them.
Right?
He lives in
thank you,
LA,
I-
but
Is
I
that
used to get
reduced
that
to
all the
humans, or
time.
can it be
Really?
animals
I
as
looked
well?
a lot more like her when I
animals
was
as well.
younger.
Have
Okay.
past
Yeah.
lives.
I'm like
Have
how
had
Terry
past
was.
lives.
So you would
Much
marry an
lower.
animal?
Terry
Wait, what do you mean?
Manning?
Like for twin flames?
The
No.
actress?
It's
I have
just
to bring her
human.
back
But
on a
you're
second.
saying reincarnated, right?
Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
an
alive
animal
and
can
celebrating
reincarnate as a human, and a human can
you're right.
reincarnate as an animal in their next life. Yeah. But there's
So
not
it would
there's not
only-
going to be a human with a twin flame animal is what I'm trying to say. But a person that was a human in this life can reincarnate as an animal, and then an animal can reincarnate as a human. Yes.
I would hate
For
to
instance,
As a tree.
one of my dogs was a boy in his past life, and in this one he's a dog.
So would you marry a ladybug if it was that?
What do you mean? My twin flame?
Yeah.
That's not possible. There can't be. You can't
You
have
said
a
they
twin
could
flame that's a
reincarnate
bug.
as a animal.
Yeah, but I mean, anybody can marry. No, you can't even physically marry anything. But some people can say they want to marry whatever objects. There's people that are in love with their cars. I mean, you could do whatever you want. But what I know, and you can't have a twin flame that's an object or an animal. So.
Wow.
Interesting.